Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the greatest Smash Bros. Game in the series, no contest. With Sakurai's video and the conversations of the next Smash Bros. Game coming to light, it begs the question, how can you outperform the ultimate Smash game? What is good, y'all? It is the Young King Ken, and today I'm excited to talk Smash Bros. And what could happen in the next installment. Without further ado, let's get into this. So the idea for today's topic came about after Sakurai released a YouTube video called The Team Behind Super Smash Bros. Brawl, where he briefly talked about the development of the game and the hurdles he had to overcome to begin development. It's a pretty good video, and it's not too often you hear about what goes on behind the scenes at Nintendo. Usually we hear about what happens next for Nintendo in a direct or a Twitter drop. However, it is what he said towards the end of the video that got hearts pumping. He mentions about what may happen for the future of the Smash series, in which states that he couldn't see a Smash Bros. Game without him and does not have anyone else to take the helm of another Smash game should they start development for it. He also states that with the massive success of the series, it is fair to assume that there will be another Smash Bros. Game in the future. My direct reaction to this, considering the massive success of Smash Ultimate being the third best-selling game on the Switch all time, we can expect that Sakurai goodness in the next Smash game. And it sounds like development for the next Smash game is nowhere near the beginning stages. So all we can do is speculate, which is exactly what we're about to do. Now think about it. This is a very fun conversation to have because honestly, how can you beat the ultimate Smash game with the characters, gameplay, extra modes, etc.? First, we should think of a possible release window. With all the new rumors on the new console possibly releasing as early as holiday 2024, we could see a new Smash game a few years upon release, like in 2026, 2027. I made a video a few months ago discussing the timeline of a new Nintendo console, and the rumors and leaks align slightly with my predictions, so go ahead and check that video out. I will link it in the description and in the suggested bar. The reason I gave this 2026-2027 window for a Smash release solely based on the release window of Smash Ultimate and past Smash games being within the first 3 years of that console's life cycle, as you can see on screen. With this in mind, I want to talk about the routes that the development teams could take for the next Smash installment. I keep hearing about the possibility of a port of Smash Ultimate to the new console. This would mean that the game could receive the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe treatment, meaning that we'll be playing the same game with added content, in which, in this case, more characters, possibly more stages and modes. And I understand the reasoning behind this, being that having over 80 plus characters to balance and license for is just insane, and a port will be the easy way out of this. Not saying I know that this is the easy way out of this, because I'm not a developer, just a fan. I think this will not be the route Sakurai goes for, especially with all the new ideas for character design being almost one-to-one with their most recent installation. For example, I can see Link getting a character design and movement overhaul to showcase his Tears of the Kingdom abilities in the new Smash game. Also, having a port of a game from 2018 released for full price almost 10 years later seems just a bit bland, a bit boring per se. I think the obvious route is a brand new game, which is tough because how can you outdo the ultimate Smash game where the selling point is that everyone from previous Smash games are back with a new and revamped story mode? So let's think about the selling points of the previous Smash games. N64 was just the classic Nintendo crossover. Melee had the improved mechanics and adventure mode, Brawl was the introduction of third-party franchise characters. Smash for Wii U introduced 8-player Smash, and I'm pretty sure Sakurai is going to use a similar formula for the new game, as was with Smash Ultimate, incorporating an easy to pick up, hard to master style gameplay mechanics. With the increased character count, they could increase the amount of fighters on stage. Plus, I would like a newly made story mode that will be more so a combination of Melee and Brawl's story mode. I mean, I like Ultimate, but I don't know. It's just something about Melee and Brawl that just gravitates me towards those games, story-wise. And while I would like to have a custom stage builder and modes like Classic and Home Run Derby return but improved, I would like to see the Classic All-Star mode, similar to Smash 4, make a return, or for the game to have that Hall of Fame aesthetic, like with Brawl's Nintendo Chronicles and game demos. There is a lot to talk about here, so imagine being Sakurai and you were tasked with developing the next Smash game. Comment below on what you would include. Super Smash Bros. Would not be Super Smash Bros. Without the characters. The epic announcements of new characters added to the roster can shake the core of the community. With the roster we got with Ultimate, who knows who we might get in the next installment. Maybe some assist trophies like Waluigi, Shadow the Hedgehog, or Knuckles could make it onto the main roster. Or we could have like fan faves like Crash Bandicoot, Tracer, and even Geno make it as well. I expect the next game to expand on the roster and update the roster to match the current installment of their respective games. Like, for example, Mario with Cappy, or Link with his Zonai abilities from Tears of the Kingdom that I mentioned earlier. Also, comment on what characters you would like to see in the next Smash game. As we receive more information regarding the next Smash game, I will be sure to update y'all on what I think. A lot of the Smash Bros. Cast haven't had actual games since the GameCube era, and I believe Nintendo will incorporate these into their online service. So I made a video about it. Check it out. I'll have it in the suggested and in the description of this video. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates. And until the next video, I will need y'all to keep our kingdom. Seize, y'all.